that did not just happen. Please tell me that did not just happen. What's up, YouTubers of the world? MegaGeekMixer here to give you guys my review on Titans Episode 5. And, I just... Deathstroke, you... All I can say, okay, you writers, you writers behind this show, you really know how to keep us in the cliffhanger side of things, don't you? Because that's all I'm feeling right now after what I just saw with that episode. Now, first off, with every episode, every week, it gets better and better, but man, do these guys behind the scenes know how to keep us attached. Because pretty much in almost every episode we've had so far, we've had some pretty crazy cliffhangers, but this one was definitely and literally a cliffhanger. Because this is what this show was all about for this episode. All it was about was trying to find Jason. And Grayson, he finally finds Jason when he confronts Deathstroke by meaning alone. And right there at that end, Grayson tries to save Jason when Deathstroke pulls a trigger that makes him fall over a rooftop of a high building, and then Grayson just trying to save him, but oh no, then it gets into that scene where I am just like Grayson. I am just like saying, no! Are we already getting the death of Jason Todd here? So if we are, then it's clear that they're just trying to move on to Red Hood pretty quickly here, because when I saw that, I was just in shock. My heart was wrenching out. It was like I was holding on tight to it, saying, this is not happening. That's how insane this was. I just couldn't believe it. But that wasn't just the only thing there. But the ending itself, like I say, guys, it was... let me just go on into other stuff, because I'm still in shock over it and stuff. But let's go on into other stuff. Like, let's start from the beginning. It started 22 minutes after his abduction. And well, Jason Todd, being the asshole that he is, he just decided that if he's not gonna escape right, he needs to find a way to do it. So he does his usual thing of being an asshole and gets on to Dr. Light's nerves to where he gets a chance to leave. But oh man, you just got through Dr. Light. You're up face to face with Deathstroke now, Jason, and he is on a whole nother different level here. And I'm pretty sure as he kept seeing as this show went on, is that yes, do not mess with this guy, as he also got an example in the fact that when the Titans went out looking for him, that they found out that they were being watched. Now at first they didn't know, but soon Grayson found a camera where he found out that they were being watched. But the thing is, they just thought it was Dr. Light. They still didn't know Deathstroke was with them until later on. But it was there that Dr. Light was just getting tired of all this waiting and stuff from Deathstroke, and he decided that he was going to go out on his own and take care of the Titans. But oh no, man, Dr. Light, you made a big mistake. For one, bad-mouthing on Deathstroke right there in front of his face, thinking he don't know what he's doing. That was a bad move there, and this is where Dr. Light met his end. Deathstroke shot him in the head, and he is done. Which is kind of a bummer. I was hoping we could get more of Dr. Light and stuff, but when you look at it, the big bad of this all really is Deathstroke, so it does make sense. But I was really hoping we could still keep him around more. But oh well, we still got Blackfire coming up, so maybe that will be a replacement right there. Like, Dr. Light was just used for the first half of this part of the season, and then the second half part of the season, Blackfire will be introduced for like the second plot of everything. But whether that's how it will go or not, we'll just have to wait and see. But with that being out of the way and Dr. Light out of the picture, Deathstroke does what he does best, leave the message out that, yeah, Dr. Light is finished and it's about time you figured out who he's working for. This is where the Titans finally found out that it's Deathstroke who set free Dr. Light, and it's him who's been pulling the strings all this time. And man, when they found out, they were just like, oh no, not this guy again. But it only got worse for them, because it turns out that, and this is where Deathstroke made the contact with them, told them he wants his daughter back. So yeah, he made a bargain with the Titans, saying that you give me my daughter back, you'll get Jason back. And that's where it got with them meeting up together to figure out what to do. And this is where now I'm going to go into Hank, because man, was he like the breakout star of this episode here, man. Like, okay, so Hank, he's shown that he really don't like Jason Todd, or better yet, he does, but he won't admit it and stuff. And he really shows how much he cares for Jason Todd during this entire episode when they're looking for him. He's just in freak out mode and just getting on everybody, especially Grayson, and just like pointing fingers at him, saying how it's all his fault and everything on everything. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't, and it really doesn't matter. It even got to the point where Don and Donna Troy were just like, okay, I'm going. If you idiots are gonna just keep on fighting and pointing fingers at people, then just leave. I'm gonna go find Jason. I was with those two girls. I was just like, preach it, girls, preach it. Tell those jackasses how it is, because that's exactly how that felt. But eventually, though, when they found out that they had to give up Rose, Hank was without hesitation saying, let's give him Rose. It's his daughter. Why should we care about Deathstroke's daughter and stuff? But all that time, Starfire and the others were just against what Hank was doing there. And yeah, it all came down to finally Hank opening up to Dawn, saying the reason he's been acting this way is because what Jason is, the position Jason's in is the position he's been in back with his coach. You guys remember his coach from season 1, back when we got that Hawk and Dove solo episode of their past and how they met? Yeah, it turns out that Jason's situation is just like his, and the fact that he's hoping and praying someone will come and rescue him, but no one ever did. And he's afraid that Jason might end up like that, and he doesn't want that to happen. It's pretty much in parallel to that kid he was helping out before he got attacked by Dr. Light, the one who was having addict problems. He didn't want Jason to be going through all that. And that was great to actually get that moment there with him and Dawn. And let me just first say that I love those two together, and yes, I love their scenes. They are really one of the best parts, and couple-wise, when it comes to moments like this. You can just really feel the chemistry there. It really does work out right there. After all that, this actually got into a point where Dawn actually went to confront Grayson, and the fact that he needs to shut down the Titans after Deathstroke is done, meaning shut the entire tower down, or she will burn it down herself. And here's the thing, she's saying that because she knows why Grayson is doing this, having the newer Titans take over the older Titans to erase the past of what happened with the old Titans. And here's the thing, I do get what Dawn's saying, I really do, but at the same time, from what I'm seeing here, it's what Dawn is doing is what Grayson's doing, or what Grayson's doing is what Dawn is doing, is what all the old Titans are doing. They're running away from their past, and it's being shown pretty clear. They can't do that. They can't keep running from their past. If they really want to put the past behind them, they need to make amends with it. Just truly, that's the only way you're ever gonna move on when it comes to a past you're not proud of. And I really hope the Titans can come to realize that, and realize that they need to stop running and face their past. And hopefully then by then Dawn, she'll have changed her mind and say like, yes, the Titans are needed. We should have the Titans together again. And speaking of the young Titans, they also get their chance to shine in this episode too. I mean, here we got Garfield, who really showed off some more of his character, more on the side of how he felt guilty and angry about how messed messed up, he and Jason messed up, and how he went to Grayson, and then in the fact that he took his anger out on both Rose and Raven, especially Raven. Now, he has been knowing all about Raven's powers and how they took in control over her, and she's become this sort of monster side to her. But with his anger now flowing up within him and how he fucked up and stuff, he's taking it out on Rose, who he thinks should be feeling more more caring for Jason and stuff. But hey, she hardly knows any of them. Why should she care so much? I mean, sure, she apologized that Jason's in that mess, but hey, if she doesn't know a person that well, it makes sense. The real kicker was when he went over there to Raven and then just attacked her like that, and being all attacking with her and that powers of hers, and saying how like, what's the word I'm looking for here? Oh yeah, I can't remember exactly, but saying how like you have those powers and you're having all this monster thing in you and you try to kill Jason with your powers and stuff, and I'm just like, Garfield, what is wrong with you? Do you not know what you're saying here? I get you're mad and everything, but seriously, dude. Because when he said that, I was just like super mad at him for that. I can understand Raven being pissed off and being like, screw you, Garfield. Oh, Garfield, you really gotta get yourself back together on that one. But after that whole fight, finally did we get Starfire in the tower, where he and Raven had a very awesome mother-daughter moment here. That was very beautiful, and I loved how they were talking about it. And it was talking about Raven's powers. Now, we at first thought this was all about Trigon. He was just getting through her in a mental way, in a much more different way. But it turns out it's not that. But it still had to do with what Trigon did in the first episode of season 2. By taking out her heart and putting that crystal in her, Raven's revealing that these powers inside of her are another side to her. Basically, her darker side. And yeah, if you guys know comics, you know of her darker side and how it sometimes has taken her over and stuff. So it looks like in season 2, this is her story arc, learning about this darker side and finding a way to use it to her advantage and make it be something she can control without it controlling her. Because Starfire was actually talking about how it's similar to her on her planet, known as transfiguration. Basically, it's like babies over in Tamaran are given a bracelets to control their powers until they're mature enough to control them by themselves without them taking over and stuff. While as Starfire is a different case, and her powers just manifest out of control. But all of it was really about Starfire saying how, like, we get to choose who we want to be. We don't have to be bad here. And it looks like Rachel was going for that. That was until she had to fight Rose. Now, why did she have to fight Rose? Well, it's because when the Titans were talking and Rose was listening in on it, and Hank just wanted to sell her out like that. Oh man, big mistake on you, Hank, because it really looked like Rose was really starting to learn to trust these guys to a small degree, but man, you just broke it all up. Seriously, Hank, what is the matter with you? But it was still great to see the fight scene between Hank and Rose, and then Raven and Rose. Now that's where Raven's powers manifested. And first off, let me just say that I love that the graphic scenes on that one. Sure, for a small budget for TV budget movies and stuff, that was some pretty cool effects, especially for Raven. It shows that they're really trying to make with the wings of the Raven and stuff. But the scene itself was so amazing. It was almost like I could see her already in her outfit in that very scene right there. It was truly unbelievable. But in the end, though, it did make like Rose get broken ribs and stuff, and yeah, not pleasant and stuff. And that's really making Raven reconsider what Corey said there. But only time can tell on that one, because there's no telling where that's going to go. But as for Grayson himself, like I said at the beginning, he goes to Deathstroke because, well, he feels that this is really about him and Deathstroke because, well, it's obviously clear because during the meeting they were talking to Hand Rose Over. They mentioned how they used Deathstroke's kid to get to him and they weren't going to do that again. Well, yeah, that's obvious. They're talking about Jericho right there. And all I gotta say is that last scene where Grayson was making a plan but lied to him, just like typical Grayson for any Batman family for that matter to do. He goes and sacrifices himself, hoping his life in exchange for Jason will make a difference. But oh no, Corey wasn't falling for that for a minute. But that's where it led into that awesome scene of Corey and Grayson battling Deathstroke. The choreography may not have been as great as some of the other choreographies in the episode, but it was still good enough for me. I was geeking out. It was unbelievable. I was just full, yes, yes, yes. That's how I felt about it. But then that's where it came to Jason Todd being fallen off that building, and I really don't know what to say on that end. It makes me think, what if the people behind the TV show did what they did back in Death of the Family, where they made out a contest call of people calling a number saying, we want Jason to die, we want him to live. What they're going to do that here instead? I don't know, because here's the thing. Next episode, we got Connor Kent showing up. So what? Will Connor Kent show up and fly and save Jason? Or will it be Corey? Or will it be Donna Troy? I don't know. All I just know is we've been left on a grasping cliffhanger on what might happen to Jason Todd. We don't know whether he's going to die or whether he's going to live. And my heart's just holding tight, no, waiting for that answer to come. And we're not getting that answer till next week. So there's nothing more we can do but just wait, sit on our asses and wait. And all I gotta say is that whatever the results are, this episode has never taken my breath away or better yet, has taken my breath away unlike any other episode so far of Titans, and it's insane. But I'm gonna just leave it at that for now, guys. And hey, if you're enjoying my videos, all you gotta do is click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified when I make more videos. Until then, MegaGeekMixer signing out. Bye!